I left and I started crocheting. I kind of started crocheting before even leaving, but there was no time to take my like crochet seriously. So when I left, I now had all the free time on my hands, and thank God I knew how to crochet because it really helped me occupy my mind. So I started crocheting. I took my crocheting seriously. My mom was always patronizing my business. She's the sweetest ever. Like, she's so supportive. And then after a while, my dad sent me. I was still depressed, so my dad sent me to go and do holiday in Abuja. I spent some months in Abuja with one of my aunts, like with the same aunt that I was staying with on the island. She relocated to Abuja, so I went there and I spent some months with her. Came back to Lagos and my dad was like, okay, come and work for me. So he underpays us, but it's not like I was really even doing a lot. I was doing a lot. When I started, I was not doing a lot. That's how it usually is. Like, when you start, people don't want to trust you with the job. They'll start trusting you with like menial jobs, and then when they see you delivering, then it starts increasing like that until your head wants to blow. But that's kind of how it was with my dad. I worked with him for a few months as well, but I was not happy like working with him. That's not what I wanted to do, and I felt like it was not there was no growth. Like, it was not really any experience, because at this point I'm a professional assistant to managers. I'm a professional, so working with him, he's a chairman. Working with him and assisting him is kind of like the same thing. There's no growth. It's like the basic thing I'm doing, like assisting. I wanted more, to learn more. I'm not saying I wanted to do customer service and do sales and marketing, but just give me like something that is not assisting. I wanted more, to learn. I wanted to learn more, and it was not just giving that. And also the pay was not. The pay was okay, because it's not like I was spending the money on anything. I was not spending the money on anything, so the pay was okay. But I worked with him for a couple of months, and then I also gave that up to start pursuing. We were trying to see how they can send me to Canada. I was not interested, hence the reason why I'm still in Nigeria. I feel that's another story for another day. After quitting the job with him, we started focusing on my Canada plans. So while we were working on Canada, I went to this wedding party with my elder sister, and I met someone there. I met a girl there, and she told me about this other company. And I was like, okay, it's not bad, it's okay. I just clocked 24 like 2 months before that wedding, and my parents have been talking to me about marriage for, not my parents, my mom. So they're talking to me about marriage for like the past 2 years now, and Favor does not go anywhere. One thing about Favor is that she never used to go anywhere. That's how they trained me. They never used to let me go anywhere, even if it was church. And mind you, we are very churchly people in this family, so even if it was church, my mom would say, oh wait, go with your brothers. If I tell her I want to jog around our estate, she would say, oh, your father and your brother has to escort you. If I want to go for choir rehearsal, let them drive you, like while I was younger. So that's how we grew up. Anyways, so mind you, this is a girl that is 24. She has never come to her parents to say, oh, I'm in a relationship, I have a boyfriend. It was concerning. So they started talking to me about husband. I was not going out, I was not talking to anybody, no boyfriend, no relationship, nothing. So when they found out about the job, my mom was pushing, let her go out. Let her go out, let her just have something that would take her out every day. My dad, he's an Igbo man. He has beautiful daughters, so he's not about to now allow his girls, but my mom was like, let her go, we will support her while she starts. Just let her go out, let her see different people, let her meet and mingle with people. So that was how I took the job. We held a family meeting, like we legit held a family meeting, and I finally took the job. And initially the plan was, my dad got a place for me. Not he got a place for me, he spoke to one of my uncles that stays in Chevron. I was staying, I don't want to mention the estates because I have friends there now, and I go there once in a while. So we're staying in this very nice, they were staying in this very nice estate. but he was mostly on the mainland. My uncle was mostly on the mainland, so that house on the island, like a Chevron, was usually vacant because the kids were in school, like university and secondary school. So the house was mostly vacant, and hmm, but it was a beautiful place. So my dad had gotten that place for me, but then I had to do my orientation at a different place that was not where I was going to be working. So my dad was like, okay, you know what, go and stay with your friend. Go and stay with your friend, learn from her some things, and do your orientation, because my orientation was close to where she stays, and do your orientation. That was for like 3 days, and he said he wanted to see how serious me and her were. So that's why he was like, go and stay with her, you guys should be serious, like let me see. Because she was like, oh, come and stay. And then he said, hey, it's not that you people are serious, so go and stay with her. And then from there you move to, when you are done with her, we'll move you to your uncle's place, because you know they drive me everywhere. So I went to stay with her for 3 days, did my orientation, kind of like got the layout of the company, and then after my 3 days they moved me to my place in Chevron, to my uncle's place in Chevron, and I stayed there for a couple of years. The pay was okay to begin with, but what they promised me was that after 6 months they will review my salary. Hey, how did I believe this lie again? They promised that they will review my salary. So uh, um I was happy that I had something that would be taking me out every day. I like to keep busy. I really like to keep busy. My dad used to call me a lioness when it comes to work, because I love to keep busy. I really, really do. I don't know how to stay idle, like you're doing absolutely nothing. I have lazy days. I consider myself a lazy girl, but when people talk about me like I work, it's like it's a totally different person. I'm like, who is this person you guys are describing? It's not me. It can't be me. I like to chill. But when it comes to work, yeah, I like to work. So I stayed at my uncle's place for um 3.5 months. Then I got a place for myself during Christmas. My dad got a place for me. My dad got a place for me. My uncle, like, I did not have the time because that job was so tasking. The job was so tasking. You guys, do you know that they said they needed customer service? I came there and then they started telling me I'm doing front desk. I was shocked. They say, hey, in this company, front desk is like, when they gave me my job description and orientation, it said customer service and all, all those nice things. And then when I got to the place where I was working, like when I was done with my orientation and they moved me to the location exactly where I was working, I saw my desk was at the front, and I said, what's going on here? They said in this company, front desk is customer service. You guys, I could not believe it. I was so sad. I was so sad. I wrote the girl and then she kind of got defensive. But I just wish she had told me that, like, this is what, like, you will be doing. But she allowed me to find out. I was kind of sad. And then, but I was already there. We had already made plans. It's like, just do it. It's only for a couple of months. After all, you're leaving the country soon. So anyway, so I started doing the customer service slash front desk, receptionist, everything in one. So you can already tell that it was a lot. I was doing customer service. I was their online presence for mails, calls, WhatsApp, text messages. I was handling all that, and they have hundreds of thousands and millions of customers because it's a big company as well. So they have lots and lots of customers, and then I was doing all that. Then, like, add it to being a front desk person, being the first point of contact, literally, when people walk into the company. So when people walk into the company, they'll be needing my attention. I have to answer them, like I have to attend to them and also do all these online things. And we used to have like hundreds of mails in a day, so I have to be professional. I have to respond to mails, I have to pick calls, I have to pick WhatsApp calls, I have to respond to text messages, WhatsApp messages, and then at the end of the day I still have to attend to people when they come in, if they want to pick up documents, if they want to drop complaints, if they want to see anybody in the department, to start from me. And most of the time those people, they like to tell me, oh, just handle them, just handle them. Obviously, even if I was sitting inside, I'll be telling the front desk person, just handle them. So it was a lot already to begin with, and then this kind of started running a lot of promos that was mind blowing. So you obviously, you know what promos are now. It's just like Black Friday. They will be having like their customers would triple and double. It was a lot. I was not having time for my family members. My dad was even complaining to my mom that I don't pick calls anymore. It was bad, but because I was so busy, I did not have the time to like house hunt. So my dad had to send my one of my uncles to do the house hunting for me. So they did the house hunting for me, and then one of the days when I was free, they just took me to like all the places that my uncle thought I would like. So I moved in. My mom provided me with like all these appliances and food stuff and furnished the place nicely for me. It's very simple, but it was a lot. Like it was a lot. The microwave, the dispenser, the fridge, my cute cooker. Like, the woman tried. So she provided all those things, and my dad got me my generator some months after I moved in. Got me my generator because the light situation was not what we expected, as usual, Nigerian landlords. So my pay, mind you, my pay was 100k, and I was so busy to the extent that I was not even having the time to house hunt for a place to move in when I wanted to move into my own place. That's how busy I was. And then at the end of the day, when they say they collect pension and this hospital, what do they call that thing? That hospital thing, I've forgotten what they call it. I'll remember. But there's this hospital thing that like they take care of some of your hospital expenses. Well, my parents always took care of my hospital expenses. Actually, because of the stress, those of you that know, I have a blood disorder. I am anemic, and I decided not to go in for surgery to remove the reason why, like what is sucking my blood. I decided not to do any more surgeries because I've done one surgery that went sideways, and since then my parents were like, no more surgeries, we're just going to manage things and believe in God. So I didn't want to do any more surgeries, so I'm sticking with anemia for now. So in January I got sick, or the hospital, I did not start waiting for HMO. Yeah, that's what they call it. I did not start waiting for the HMO. I went, and thank God that God has provided for my parents to provide for me. So my parents took care of the hospital bills when I fell ill and I had to go and see the doctors and go back to a specialist and all that. I had to, no, they already have my records, but then I still have to go and see the specialist because it's a special case anyways. They took care of my health, so I was not really relying on them for anything. The salary that they were paying me, which was 91k when they removed pension and HMO, was for my transportation, really, because we in the office calculated how much we spend on transport because we work on Saturdays as well, and most times they have events on Sundays that they want you to attend, so that's also transport on those days. But we did not even count those days, we just counted Mondays to Saturdays, and it's 60,000 naira for transportation alone, Mondays to Saturdays. So 91,000 naira, what can 30,000 naira do for me? That does not even cover my feeding for a month, because I have to eat. Like I'm in, as much as I have a sweet tooth, I like to be careful of what I eat. I like to eat protein and all that healthy stuff as much as I can. I love salads, so I have to eat. And with working, we used to work into the night. I've gotten home before by 1 a.m. I've gotten home by 11 p.m. We used to work into the night. So working into the night, you come home by 1 a.m. You have to get to work the next day and the next morning, because we're supposed to resume by 7:30 a.m. And where is the time to now get home and be cooking and all that? I love to cook. I love to, if I have the time. When I just started working, I was bringing food a lot from home, like cooking during the weekends. That's what I used to do, because the weekends that we are free, I like to cook. during those weekends. And when I just started, they were not really serious about the Saturday work. It was already there, but it was not so serious. So when I just started, I kind of had some Saturdays to myself. So I liked to cook. But then when I did not have time to cook anymore, I had to start buying food. And 30,000 naira will not buy you anything in Lekki Phase 1, because the office was in Lekki Phase 1. 30,000 naira will not buy you anything for even 2 weeks in Lekki Phase 1. All those restaurants around there, I don't know if they had any mama puts, but me, I was scared, See, I'm already sick. I can't now. I have like all my drugs that I'm already taking. I can't add to it. Okay, I'm not looking for like diarrhea or anything like that. So I was very mindful of where I was eating from. And when I fell sick, I did not even rely on the HMO. They did not even have HMO for me, even if they had been taking it out of my salary for 4 months that I'd been working, 4+ months that I'd been working with them. They did not even have a HMO for me as at when I fell sick. So there was no even need to now start asking, oh, where's my HMO? Da, da, da. But then after 6 months of working with them, I did not hear anything back from HR. They were not talking about my confirmation, like making me officially an employee and then increasing my salary to 150k. So they called me a staff, they gave me an ID card. But then when I started asking for like all my benefits, they'll tell me, your name is not even correct on the database, but my name is correct on my ID card. So is it not the same database that they used to do my ID card? So how come now? Anyways, 6 months I had not heard back from HR. I started asking them what's going on. I started like always asking my madam what's going on, because we have our EDs. So I started asking my ED, my executive director. She was my direct line manager. I started asking her, please, I really want to know what's going on. It's been over 6 months now. This is going to 7 months, 8 months, and I've not gotten my increase of salary. Like HMO, they even say my name is not even correct on the database after working with these people for months and months. Like, it's not right. So they had all these months to take care of stuff, correct my name on the database, and then give me what I'm owed, and it was a problem. So it became a problem for me, but there was no even time for me to really pursue that. In as much as anytime we held meeting, they know me as the salary advocates. Anytime they have meeting, I don't even have any other thing to say aside from, can you guys increase our salary? And then everybody knows what we've been going through in these recent times. So like fuel prices, buses, and me personally, when I just moved, I was booking rides a lot before I started joining like colleagues to go home, and then occasionally taking buses, but I was booking rides. My colleagues, there was this one of my friends at work, she used to tell me, you have to stop this bad habit of booking rides. Come outside, let's go and enter bus. Because me, I'll be like, no, I'll book it, please, I have to book it right. Because I don't know, like all those buses, those bus drivers, like I'm not down for that. So me personally, that 60,000 naira that they were even calculating for buses does not cover me, because I book rides. I was booking rides to go home all the time. And the foodstuffs that I had at home, my mom is like, she's really, they call me a homemaker. I learned from my mom, she's really a homemaker. So the foodstuffs I had at home, my mom was sending foodstuffs from me from the house. Yeah. So like I was not buying food stuff, thank God for my mom. I did not have to worry about appliances, thank God for my mom and my dad, and everybody that, all my family members and friends that played a role. Because that was my first place I was getting for myself. Anyways, we kind of lost our accountants down the line, like in March, and then the job was tasking for my boss, my ED, so I kind of stepped in to assist her, like we are handling her phone and just some personal things and working out some things for her in her office. I was working closely with her. I started working in her office. Which was still a lot for me, because I was still doing the mails. I was still okay. I had somebody that was now at the front desk, but even before she came, like I had already started like shifting into kind of helping my boss a bit, assisting. So when she came, she was now sitting at the front desk, and then I I was working mostly from my madam's office, but I was still doing all those things, like all my job. And it was not funny. It started getting depressing as well. I met someone I started talking to. He was kind of instrumental in helping me get to work because he had a car, get to work, get back home as often as he could after a while. So he also helped me, you guys, with my place when I was moving in. It was stressful because a relationship is not easy, and it was not really a relationship. I don't know what to call it. We were dating. We were dating, and it was not easy. Like that's another responsibility. Dating is another responsibility. It's just too much for me. That's why I don't date often. I date like once in 3 years. So that's as well was tasking for me, having a relationship, managing work, managing assisting my boss. And now I was still planning my trip to Canada. It was just so much for me. Kind of got overwhelming, and the company, they were not forthcoming with increasing my salary or confirming me as a staff, like an official staff, a proper staff member. So 11 months in, and I'm still hearing stories. No, 10 months in, I'm still hearing stories. So my parents kind of got tired of funding the job because they were not keeping to, their word. And this girl had promised me. I told her what I went through when I tried to work the first time, and then she promised me, no, we're not like that, da, 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 only for them to end up being worse. 10 months down the line, this was in June, I'd gotten my visa, had come out. My dad had bought my tickets. So the Canada was really like becoming real, and my parents kind of got tired of funding the job, because really that's what they were doing. They were sending me money. They were, even if it was not a lot of money, because they were just supporting me, but they were sending me. Well, what else do you want them to do? They were just, the money they were sending me was support money, because these are people that bought me a place, fully furnished my place, got me everything that I need, paid my rent, like the entire thing, summed it up together and said, I'm going to take care of you for a year, and took care of everything for me. And then they're still sending me support money, and they kind of got tired of it. My dad, when I asked him for money, he said, I've not seen this type of thing. So you mean after all this while, they've not confirmed you, they've not increased your salary, and I'm still the one funding the job? No, you have to leave that place, because now a lot of his money was going into Canada. He had paid school fees. He had spent millions on Canada already, because he had paid my school fees. My visa had gotten approved, bought my tickets, millions and millions, I'm telling you, already into Canada. And it was like, please come out from that place. They are not ready to have you. Come out. I quit the job. So when I found out that they were not ready to be serious about me, I had tried to do everything. I'd gone to HR several times. I'd gone to my boss. I was always mentioning it in meetings for months and months, and still they were dragging their feet. And it was time to go. It was time to go, because my sponsors said to my sister, come out from there. So I quit the job in June. I submitted my notice ending of June that, I'm leaving, this is my 1 month notice or whatever. And then just after I left, I found out that they increased their salary. I was really happy for them, because I always used to go and meet my boss. Like, these people, it's not easy for them. Me personally, I was fighting for my salary because it's what is right, and I really wanted to be independent and stop having my parents fund my life at this old age. And it's not just at this old age, I was working. So somebody that is working, you are still paying every little bill, you're still covering for her. Then what's the purpose of the work? Although my mom was happy that I was sure going out. That's her joy, that I was sure going out, and I was now seeing someone, because I told her that I was seeing someone. So that's all she was happy about. I submitted my notice. I kind of had someone, they brought in someone like a few days before I left for me to hand over to, and I'll tell you now, they were not paying her what they were paying me. Okay. Anyways, after I left, they also employed someone else. Now I think they have like 3 customer service, according to what I heard. I still go there to visit them, because I really bonded with the staff, and it ended on a good note. So I really bonded with them, and I kind of breeze in now and then to visit if I'm passing by. I still love them, and they still love me. They had so many good things to say about me in my 10th Party, that's another video. Like, I'm going to post like the entire Central party. You guys are going to hear like all the nice things that we're saying about your girl. Okay. Okay, so yeah, the vibes was good. So I still used to go in and say, hi guys, what's popping, what's going on? Anyways, so yes, I left them after 11 months of working, which is basically a year of working and not getting what I was promised. So it's like I'm kind of scarred for life now. I'm never going to, if anybody comes to tell me, oh, they are paying 1 million naira, I will not answer, because they lie. These companies, they lie. And then they'll find ways to. The first place I was working as a copper, they were taxing me. Which company did they used to tax coppers? They were taxing me for my 25,000 naira. They were paying me 24,000 naira. Can you guys imagine? They are taxing coppers. Where? Like, these companies, they're just, I don't. It's very disappointing. Nigerian companies, you can't. It's very, very difficult to find a company that is willing to pay their staff properly. And then when you find a good staff, they don't even know how to keep the good staff. So my younger sister just started working the other day, and then she's like, oh, I'm going to be selfish, I'm going to put myself first. I said, yeah, you actually need to, because even if you are a good girl through and through, and then you even overdo, they will still underpay you. They will never increase your salary. In fact, it's just telling them you can endure more. It's very disappointing, and I've decided to focus on myself, focus on my crochet business. And I want to see, I have a very pretty face. I wanted to go into TV, but then I did not study mass communication. But I want to see if how far I can take my crochet business. I'm just going to focus on my crochet business and myself as a content creator. So that's what I've decided to do for now. Thank you guys for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Tell me what you want to see in my next video, you all. I love you guys so much. Bye. I hope you had fun.